about that.
But this was like 20 years ago, so it was fine then.
Yeah. I
Even
like
though it
that
was
you're
like the
bringing
worst
this
kept
up, even though
secret.
it's 20 years.
Yeah, but it was like the worst kept secret in Hollywood, though. Everyone knew what a monster he was.
Anime fan asks if we're not fans of Meryl Streep. I think they just don't really like the casting.
I'm indifferent. I don't know if she's been in anything that I've seen.
Yeah, I think she's a fine actress.
She's just not right for this role.
I don't think so. And I've seen her in parts where it's like, what? She's Meryl Streep. She's amazing. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like, Mary Poppins Returns.
She is very good at a specific role. Like or a specific like type of film, and I just can't imagine.
Yeah, I just don't like that choice at all. Maybe I'll like the movie. I don't want. Oh, check it out when it's made. I will say my favorite thing I've probably seen Meryl Streep in is the movie adaptation with Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yes.
That movie I think she's very good at.
She's good in that. I love that movie.
Adam Arch, watch Gerwig's Narnia be Rings of Power, but don't worry, Amazon's Bond will eventually make us wish for these though. No, I mean I'm starting to get those vibes of like this is gonna be their Rings of Power.
That's not good.
Anime fan, if you're working on material that was created by a person, it should fit with that person's vision because it is their work. That's all I'll say. It's I don't know. I'm at a place where I find stuff like Rings of Power just inherently disrespectful to the original author.
Yeah, that's very case by case for me. Like, most of us would agree that if you're adapting like a Lovecraft story, for instance, you don't necessarily have to reflect his politics and opinions.
No.
I love that I'm like, oh, I find something like Rings of Power disrespectful to the author. So you go to the most extreme example of H.P. Lovecraft.
Why not? I said it's case by case basis.
Yeah, this is a conversation worth having. Yeah, because you know, there's I don't get too much into like the political stuff around the backlash for Rings of Power, but my big thing with it was just like, number one, I watched half of the first episode and I was just really bored by it. It was really pretty and it had good visuals, but I was just like could not care about the story. And number two, a lot of the choices that I've heard about are more just so like why are they even adapting Lord of the Rings material if they're gonna, like, the whole thing with the hobbits in the first season, or I guess the beings that later become hobbits, it's like different than how it is in whatever.
Yeah.
The like
well,
appendices.
It's also just kind of a mess because it's like they have rights to adapt like certain material, but not all of it. Just god, like just adaptation rights for that mythology in general are just such a mess between movies and television.
Oh, and last night, because I haven't been keeping up with like anything Rings of Power related for a few years, so I didn't even realize like there was a second season. And I guess there's a third season on the way. Last night, Austin told me about the dumbest thing I've heard of about that show, which is how Gandalf gets his name.
Oh no! Do they solo it?
They do solo
it's
it.
It's worse than Solo.
No.
It's something like they see him and I think it's the elves, and they're like, yes, you would make a grand elf.
Oh.
Gandalf. Yes, that's much worse than Solo.
Solo is just like an eye rolling moment. That is cringe.
That's yeah. So I'm glad that show's not on my radar. I will say though, like the money is on screen. It's a
They
great looking
just
show.
they don't know why it's 2025. You have streaming. You have the flexibility of streaming shows, so you can tell your story over 8 to 10 hours. You have a bigger budget than cable, and we're still doing shit like that. Uh,
I need a moment.
yeah, because I'm gonna have to watch the fucking Last of Us tonight, and I'm not gonna be happy about it.
Oh, don't say that. That shouldn't be your attitude going into something you haven't watched.
Okay, but we're 6 episodes in, and this season has sucked.
Fight.
Yeah, that Gandalf thing is awful. But I haven't seen the show.
But yeah, Noah, the season of The Last of Us has been an embarrassment. But
It's been really good.
So, with all respect to you, John, because I've seen a little bit of like clips from your guys' reviews. It does seem like you've kind of soured on it. I guess it seemed like you were a little bit more positive at first.
so the
Gave
first
a passing review to the last episode.
yeah, it's like a 6 out of 10. That's barely above
Yeah,
failing.
You gave it a 7 out of 10. I'm just reporting a fact.
Oh, did I? Okay. I that was a week ago, dude. I don't remember. So I was more or less with it for the first 3 episodes. There was things where I was like, I don't know about this. Like I had some red flags were definitely flaring. And then 4 I was kind of indifferent on. And then it's spiraled, and I'm like, this isn't even. I don't know what the fuck I'm watching anymore. God damn it.
It's like one episode in the middle you really disliked, but you liked the one after it more.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still a bad adaptation.
I am looking. I'm really looking forward to episode 8 of Robert and John argue about the nature of adaptation. Streaming tomorrow night.
Uh,
Yeah, I wish I could add a little bit more, but I haven't seen that show, so it's it doesn't feel like I have a lot to say about it.
That's fine.
it's fine. At this point, I would just say watch the game. You'll get the better version of the story.
You can watch whichever one you want.
Yeah, I mean, he can watch either one, but if he watches one of them, he's going to get an inferior telling of the same story.
Your opinion.
Yes, I am stating an opinion. My opinion. Thank you for confirming that. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? But John, you
I
love
don't know.
I have never loved The Last of Us show. I've had complaints from season 1, but it is all just blown out of control at this point. I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there.
It's a very faithful adaptation.
Yeah, except for plot points, character motivations, characterizations. If you ignore all of that, then it's a faithful adaptation.
Most of the plot points are lifted pretty directly from.
Except when they're not.
Adam March, just said something very wise, which is we should save John's Last of Us show hate for the Last of Us streams.
I agree.
Noah's like, save me.
Somebody save me.
Well, voice cracks.
Okay, maybe I have to be in a different.
I couldn't add a new element from here.
Shit. Cannot figure out how to get down from here.
And also, anime fan, that sounds like a very good method for adaptation. I would watch whatever thing that you were adapting if that's the approach you took with it. I would love to see that. And they say that a hero save us.
Not gonna stand here waiting.
But I mean, Smallville is also pulling from the source material, and I've said this before, but comic books are different in that they change continuities like every 15 minutes. So you could mix and match. It's not like adapting one contained story. It's also
it depends on the run.
Yeah, it's also Smallville. Like, it's a Superman show from the 2000s. It's about what you'd expect. Okay, I seriously don't know how to get down from here. I think it's a stretch to say it isn't much like the source material when they're pulling stuff straight from the source material.
You gotta go find a low hide. You gotta get low and hide.
That's the opposite of a high hide.
Yeah.
Yeah, he thought he was clever with that one.
They did.
I liked it.
Because you're already up high. So.
Yeah, it would be redundant to go higher.
What was it?
Word of power.
Let me get back to my book.
Oh yeah, I have some writing to do.
Elliot, bigger flashlight.
They don't make flashlights like they used to.
Yeah, I mean, anime, I'm glad that you like those, but that's not what I would go to in terms of defending changing the source material.
Yeah, I like those movies, but I don't love all those changes. Talking about his Batman movies.
I mean, Returns is just the worst thing ever.
Well, that's not true. It's a pretty good movie.
It is.
Don't slander my favorite Christmas movie.
It's a great Christmas movie.
No.
It is. It captures the Christmas spirit.
John, one day you'll see the light.
Yeah.
I'll lose my taste in movies? Okay.
No, you'll gain some taste.
Says the man that just put Batman Returns over Die Hard.
Oh no, Die Hard is better, but
No, it's too late. You can't take it back.
But I had to be
fraud.
hyperbolic, just like you were being. So.
Yeah.
I'm not. That is the worst Batman movie.
No, what you said was it was the worst thing ever.
It's one of
hyperbolic.
Okay, fine. Yeah, it's the worst thing ever. I stand by what I said.
You don't think that's the worst Batman movie? I mean, I don't remember if we talked about
Well,
this.
John, he does like BVS, so you gotta take that with a grain of salt.
Okay. Uh, Noah, so it is the worst live action Batman movie, I should say.
And
It-
you know I'm not going to agree with that, but okay.
It's fine. That's God damn it. Because you don't like Forever very much, I don't think.
I don't dislike it. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's maybe
That's
my least favorite of those four.
That's probably my favorite of the four. It's that or Batman and Robin. Because by the time you get to Batman and Robin, I just can't take it seriously as a Batman movie.
It's a lot of fun. It's big budget 60s Batman.
Yeah, but not as well written.
Not as well
But
written,
better than 60s Batman.
well,
No. No, Batman Forever, I think, just in terms of writing, gets 60s Batman a lot better than Batman and Robin does.
Much release the Schumacher
Yes.
cut. I want it.
But then it half wants to be a serious movie, and it's like,
The serious
doesn't
stuff.
fully work.
Yeah, well, Batman and Robin is a farce for like 90% of it, and then there's that 10% Alfred subplot that it wants you to take serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like a lot of the psychological stuff with Bruce and Forever. You need those deleted scenes put back in. This is why we want the Schumacher cut.
Noah just hates Joel Schumacher. It's okay.
Come on. No.
Joel Schumacher's great.
I love Joel Schumacher.
Yeah, I need to see more of his movies. He did a lot of different stuff.
The Lost Boys is great.
It is.
Anime fan says he thinks that The Batman is the worst live-action Batman film, in his opinion. I don't agree with that at all. I love The Batman.
It might be.
Agree to
could be one of the
disagree.
best.
I mean, it is the best.
Yeah, I just need to live
in-
with it longer.
That's my thing.
Great
Is
film.
I have a stronger connection to like the first two Nolan films and even the Burton films, just because like I grew up watching those. But the Batman is more my Batman, so you know it's hard.
So I think this is where we have a fundamental disagreement. Anime. With comics, it is not the source material is all of comics. It's not just whoever originally wrote the first book. Characters in comics grow and change and evolve.
Also, when Batman starts, it starts in a very grounded, pulpy place, and I think the Batman movie captures that vibe more than most of the other movies do. Actually, and in terms of like later comics, I mean, it lifts so much from like Earth One and like New 52, Long Halloween, of course. Yeah, there's so many eras homaged and.
Because I can tell you right now, if
there's
you're gonna,
a lot of reference for the comics.
Because I can tell you right now, if you're gonna say that Michael or the Keaton's Batman is looking at the Bill Finger stuff, that you're wrong. I don't think Tim Burton has ever read a comic, let alone a comic from the 40s.
He has allegedly read The Killing Joke.
Killing Joke.
He,
Yeah.
he looked at the pictures.
Yeah, he at least looked at the
cover.
pictures.
He was like, "Oh, okay, cool." No, I mean there is that quote where he's like, "Anyone who knows anything about me knows I would never read a comic book."
Which is funny because I feel like with just like his creative style, he would actually like some comics if he gave them a chance.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'm shocked he didn't grow up on like, EC comics, like horror comic stuff. You think that would have appealed to him when he was a kid? The stuff that inspired like Stephen King and John Carpenter and
George Romero.
all those guys. George Romero, yeah. Like I'm shocked Burton didn't grow up on that stuff.
Well,
I think
and
he
I mean,
was just more of a fan of like 50s B movies and like German expressionism, because that is the stuff that most like influences his style.
Yeah. And an anime fan, I mean that's just subjective. We all have different tastes, but I think the Nolan films and the Batman are very entertaining. I like the writing. I find the stories engaging. I think the action, some of the actions, very well executed. So I personally think those are
Some with
entertaining
a
movies.
disclaimer on the Nolan movies for me.
Right, yeah.
There's a lot of levity in the Nolan movies. It's just
For sure.
more subtle.
Begins especially, like there's a lot of humor in Begins. That's really funny.
Anything Alfred says, it's
gold.
really funny.
He's still probably my favorite Alfred.
Oh yeah,
they're all good.
He's just the best Alfred.
Yeah. Like
He's
there's so
okay.
many elements. There's so many elements of the Batman I like a lot. Like Andy Serkis's Alfred, I really like. I just want more with him. You know. Let's see. Yeah, an anime fan, like, I get that those movies are more serious than you'd like, but there's a lot of very serious Batman comics that they're looking at, like, Year One is a big influence on those. I agree, I understand if you don't want that to be what Batman is, like, 100% of the time, but that is a lot of Batman comics.
I'm
Hey, he's
also
on the
gonna go out
television.
on a limb and say that BVS is way more self-serious than the Nolan trilogy and the Batman.
I think so. There's very little humor in that movie.
And I don't hate that movie. I'm just saying,
Yeah, I don't hate BVS. Definitely prefer the extended cut.
I mean, that's the only version to watch.
Right, it's the movie. It's the real movie.
I still love that it's just called like the Ultimate Edition. No,
it's so weird that that's in the credits.
Yeah, it's
it's
just
jarring.
the movie.
Yeah, like
It's
when
just
the
movie.
title shows up in the opening, it's the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's not like it's not like the Star Wars Special Edition say Special Edition in the opening crawl. We usually don't do that with Ultimate.
Well, because the difference with that is that's the only version of Star Wars you can watch now.
Officially, yeah.
But you can go back and easily watch the theatrical cut of BVS.
If you want.
If you want. I don't know why you would, but it's more easily accessible than the original version of Star Wars.
Hey, why are you wearing that weird mask?
What's going on here?
You don't have to kill me. You don't have to go get that knife and stab me. You can just give up and go back. Forget about the ritual sacrifice to open the way.
What?
The ritual sacrifice to open the way.
No. Don't do it. You don't have to become a monster. Just leave the knife where it is. In the back. And go.
A knife in the back? Everything about this was absurd. Our daughter.
Oh no.
Why is that guy whining so much?
I love how he gave explicit instructions on what you don't have to do, including where the knife is that you need. Ah, Jesus, what are you showing me here?
It's getting spooky again.
Spooky.
Uncle Alex Casey, you've done well. You've played your role perfectly.
Everything out of your mouth is a damn lie. The only place any of
His voice kind of sounds like Jeffrey Combs a bit.
Before I get some answers. How was I in that movie? Why does all this feel so familiar?
Kind of sounds a
Oh
bit.
yeah, I get like
Robert
panicked.
Wesley.
Yeah,
Fuck am I?
on edge.
No!
Welcome to you, Alan Wake.
What the hell?
This is the ritual to lead you on. We are just one step away from your final destination, Mr. Wake. But first, here's an unanswered mystery for you. If Casey was fictional, and you assumed his role as the detective, are you now fictional too? Whose story are you living, Mr. Wake?
The visions are getting under my skin, coming too close for comfort.
Oh.
Not a separate layer, but mingling with my own reality in the dark
Has he been a fictional character this whole time?
Have we been fictional characters this whole time?
Robert is a
Robert's not
fictional
real.
character. Yeah.
I
You made
knew
him
it.
up.
Wait. Dead end.
He's really played by an actor
can't be right.
named
Did I miss something?
Richard Wilde.
Good one.
It's
Look,
me
I'm
that's got me.
Look, I'm not a professional comedian or anything.
Okay, Arthur Fleck. Get off the stage.
Did you find my creepy notebook of jokes? That wasn't meant
Oh
for you.
Jesus!
Whoa.
Yeah, I agree, Hayden. It explains a lot. And anime fan, like I just don't agree with that, especially in Batman Begins. Like there are a lot of jokes in that movie between Bruce and Alfred.
What's the point
Yeah.
of doing all those bloody push-ups if you can't lift a beam?
It's almost
Saga Anderson, listen.
Whatever.
the line's bloody log.
Bloody log. I'm sorry that I don't have all of the dialogue memorized like you do, Robert.
And when he said beam, I was like, a beam? What?
A
Is he doing a
beam?
bit?
That was it. That's Rupert Grint's Alfred.
Oh, okay.
Bruce, it's a beam.
It has to be dark, but the hero can break through, save her family, save us all.
Save her family? Are you talking about my family?
Yes.
Yeah, Hayden, Joker is really funny in The Dark Knight.
Keep going.
Oh yeah,
Her family in the horror story?
that magic trick's great.
I was closer now. Closer than ever before. But there was no time to lose. Everything was hanging in the balance. I could still lose it all. Parliament Tower. I had to make it work this time. I could stop Scratch, get the manuscript, fix its ending.
We'll do it next week.
In the Twilight Zone?
The Twilight Zone.
We're not done, Noah.
Oh shit. Okay.
This week it's Noah that's like, we gotta get out of here.
No, I thought I was watching a TV show and I was just waiting for next week's episode.
Into the dark place. The poem on the wall was growing at the same
Robert.
pace, dogging my footsteps, like my unwanted shadow moving in the
A pale balloon in the sky, float and sink deeper. Night springs when bright falls. For the sleeper, the surface disturbed, the reflection now a traitor, and the cavity of the skull turned to a crater. This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you are gone. Yeah, who wrote this shit?
Some like emo lyrics right there.
Yeah, anime fan just said that he doesn't find Joker funny in Dark Knight. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's hilarious in that movie.
He is really scary, but he's got some hilarious moments too.
Yeah, the magic trick. It's amazing.
Magic trick.
My favorite bit's probably in the interrogation room when he's like, "Don't start with the head; it makes the victim all fuzzy, and they won't feel the next."
See?
It's great.
I don't know why, but one other part that always makes me laugh is in the magic trick scene, like right after when they're like, you think that we're gonna let you steal from us and let you just walk away, and you just go like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
A man you didn't fully understand.
Harvey Dent. Excuse me, I want to drive.
Oh, our conversation. It circled back to that scene. What kicked off the
No.
stream.
Oh no, they didn't hear that part.
Back.
No,
I didn't sign up for this.
No, Robert.
No, we love him.
No, we do. Yeah.
Uh,
Don't
No,
up me. Don't make me talk about that. I love that SWAT character. He's good. He's my favorite character.
Is that a bazooka?
I didn't sign up for this.
Oh, that's also such a great sight gag with like the slaughter.
Oh yeah,
on the truck.
Slaughter. Yeah, that it's got a lot of levity.
How in the hell do I? I don't know how I'm supposed to get out of here.
Let me out.
Let me out.
Get me out of here.
Pretty much. Wait a minute. There we go.
There wasn't enough alcohol in this city to drown the memories of this nightmare, but I damn well try. This case would never be closed. I had more questions now than at the start. The irony of being trapped in a postmodern detective story. I felt watched. The eyes of some unseen audience on me. I wanted to turn to the hidden camera and tell them to fuck off. But I didn't know where to look to break the fourth wall. There would always be another case for Casey. A million stories in this dark city. The night opened up to welcome me. I walked into her arms. Roll credits.
Credits.
There's an exit. Except I can't get off the stupid rope. Alright, so we gotta get back to the Parliament Tower, which is this way. But yeah, this was my game of the year in 2023. I think it's just such an improvement over that first game. But it also doesn't make the first game feel unimportant. Like, I wouldn't say just play this one.
Yeah, for sure. I thought the first game was cool. I thought it was neat, but I do think this one's a lot more interesting.
Motherfucker.
And gives you a lot more variety. The biggest problem with the first one is just how it falls into repetitive gameplay.
And like this one is Hayden, God, is it that old? Yeah, this is 2 years old now. Hayden got the Dead Space remake today. Hell yeah. We'll play that eventually on the channel.
No. The building was condemned. Closed up. Something was wrong. Something was missing. I had to get inside.
Oh god.
The Dead Space remake is awesome.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, this sucks.
What?
So, did you guys hear that there was gonna be another screening this month of the Schumacher cut, like the rough cut?
I didn't actually know.
Yeah, I think Kevin Smith screened it like a year ago. Like I know people have seen it. Like it's not a finished movie. It's like a rough cut. There's like 10 music and stuff, but it's got a lot of the deleted scenes put back in. So there was another one coming out this month, and apparently Warner Brothers is putting a stop to it.
What does that mean?
No.
Those
Fuck
bastards.
you, Zaslav.
Oh, thanks, Warner Brothers.
Why? Why do they have to get rid of all the cool stuff? Why do they have to hate, the Schumacher cut, Looney Tunes, like?
Yeah, and this was
they hate
like
everything they own.
This was a free event for whoever could get in. Like they weren't charging people for this. So it's like I get it. Stuff like this is dicey, but it's not like they were planning on, profiting off of this.
Yeah. They just gotta release that already. They gotta, get it finished first and.
Yeah, I've heard. Apparently, they need to put like $10 million is the number I've heard to like finish it properly. But people would buy it. I think you'd turn a profit on that.
I'd buy it. I'm not
I'd
even
buy
a
that
huge
for